you just said, like providing a reward at the end of the survey doesn't make sense because you're going to have people
Yeah.
that are just going to throw in a bunch of
Well,
bullshit just so they can get the reward.
that's the thing. And so let's up level this a little bit more. What are we
But
really talking about? We're saying surveys are a way to have a conversation with your customers, to talk to them about what they're doing, how they're spending, what they think about you.
yeah,
It's not the only vehicle you can do it. Certainly, if you have a physical store, you're going to see people come into that store and you can ask them questions. If you're
yeah,
online only and you rarely interact, then maybe surveys are one option to do it. But it always comes back to it, not the fact that people, I get companies sometimes are like, well, we need to run a survey because everybody runs a survey and a survey is a
yeah.
best practice. Say, no.
Not,
What
you
are
know,
you
I
hoping
just,
to learn?
not to
What
interrupt you,
is the
but
question?
I think one of the many benefits that I do think will come from all the conversational chatbots, the AIs, the chat GPTs of the world,
Yeah.
is personalization. Because I think you and I both want that. Like I will share information if I truly feel like the person asking me the question knows who I am and who's being asked. So if I get
Value.
a
Yeah.
survey from a hotel that just says, what do you think of your experience? I'm like, okay, clearly this is a boilerplate canned survey. You know,
You go to a
forget
web page where it's the web page is named Net Promoter Score feedback.
literally,
You see that?
literally,
Yeah.
literally. Whereas if I got a survey saying that, we noticed that you purchased this meal or that you stayed at our hotel for like 2 nights or that you took advantage of this service, what did you think of it? You know what I mean? Or the housekeeper who cleaned your room that, her name was, Ellen, you know what I mean? What did you think of her? It's just something that I think to me. So, and getting back to my selfish example, like with my own business, if I were to send out a survey to a client that was like, what did you think of Dina's service who implemented your Zoho
Yeah.
and did the reports about pipeline and customer interactions, were they helpful reports? Like if it's personalized type of stuff, I think that the person receiving it will be like, oh shit. I mean, this, seems like it's coming right from the horse's mouth. Like they know what we did. And I'm
It's
more inclined
exactly
to
that.
answer, I wonder
Yeah.
if that's
And well, you make a great point there, which is notice how simple those examples were.
yeah,
Instead of here's a generic net promoter score to say, here's something you did, here's somebody that helped you. We'd like feedback on them.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
so simple and so few companies do it. And
yeah,
again, this is, I think, the larger point we're talking about when we talk about data and digital transformation is that companies become obsessed with these huge tools to say,
yeah,
let's just go out there and vacuum up all this information that they miss just those basic normal interactions, those simple opportunities that are accessible to all businesses. How hard is it to personalize it to say, this person cleaned your room?
yep,
And all the data supports that those types of personalized interactions. I'll give you another one.
but
Adding a first name
yep,
to the subject line of an
yep,
email improves open rates,
yep,
improves click-through rates, reduces unsubscribes. And I want you to go into your inbox today as a test and
yep.
see how many companies actually did that when they sent you a message. You've given them their name and they're just like, well, time to come back here. It's like, no, use my name. You know me. I've given it to you.
Agreed.
And they
Agreed.
don't.
And by the way, this gets back to data, but make sure you're using the right name. I mean, that I
Yes,
have,
there
I
are
have this,
there are rules to it. Yes.
I do have this weird thing that happens with me is you have no idea how many people call me Mark instead of Gene. It's like literally something in the brain. I'm not quite sure. People that know me, like some, clients or people that I've had interactions with, and then I'll get an email back. Well, they'll be like, thanks very much, Mark, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
That's going to go the opposite way.
yeah, that has the opposite effect when somebody fucks up something as basic as that. So your data's got to be good and accurate, and you have to be careful to do that. But I don't know. Again, I do have a lot of confidence that AI is going to help us make things more personalized going forward.